Greetings, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day today. We're here to talk about my October Feng Shui Toolkit. And if you are new to me, hello, my name is Kathleen Horvath Zemansky. I'm a business Feng Shui master, astrologer, and the creator of the TimeBlazr business management system. So what we're doing on a daily basis is, in this month, is we're looking at the holistic system, which I call the yin and yang of business, that you have your business idea and marketing plan and you take action, and we're going to help you here to really look at all of the kind of the energetics behind any project or program, service. If maybe you're an author, if you're trying to launch something, these are tips and tools that have been ancient wisdom, and we've got some modern applications for them, but still keeping the true essence of what Feng Shui can do for you. So what we're going to start with is I'm just going to explain how we work the week, and if you can be along with us live, that's great. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at Mondays. We're looking at the person, which is the astrology. So this is mapping out what is your potential and what is some of the challenges that you might experience. And we specifically look at business here. And even though you can apply some of this stuff obviously to your personal life, because most of us are still working remotely, so this is a very opportune time to really look at everything that is from a Feng Shui perspective, which we're going to talk about today. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about TimeBlazr, which is the favorable timing system. And what I do on that day is I help you map out the next few days so that you can really capture some of these really important days that are coming along. And then on Thursdays, what we do is Universal Gateway, which is using more of a meditative state of really manifesting, using the universal intelligence that is accessible to you. And what we really want to do is dial that up so that you can start manifesting the things that you want. And then on Fridays, it's Q&A, so you can ask me anything. What we'd love for you to do is go ahead and put your comments in any of the weekly videos that we are doing this week so that we can capture them and pull them in over to the Q&A. So this is a good opportunity for you to go ahead and hit that like button, to go ahead and subscribe, share, and comment. And we would be so grateful for you to do that. So, okay, we're going to talk about Feng Shui today, so why don't we get started? So the first thing that I want you to do is download this free dial. You'll actually get two dials. I'm going to talk about one of them today. And you just go to freecompassdial.com. Now, this is the 2021 metal ox. We're not releasing the 2022 yet. We're just kind of finishing that up, as well as, you know, we really need to kind of stay in the now as well to help you the best that we can. All right, so this is the dial. Let's look at it clean. I'm going to put it over a floor plan so you can see it actually in action, so you kind of know what to do with this when it comes to your space. So the first thing that we want you to do is kind of understand a little bit about this particular floor plan, or this dial, and that the green areas are mostly usable. Now, when I say mostly usable, because we have a number of different annual systems that we overlay, so we have to kind of think about what are some of the other systems that we are looking at. So number one, it would be that we're looking at the southwest sector, the northwest sector, which is the fortune virtue, the tiger direction, which is, we have the sun this year, and then we have the dragon, which has the moon this year. So let's talk about how good these sectors actually are. So the southwest sector actually has a double-edged sword. So it has what's called the Yearbreaker. We are in the year of the metal ox, which means that we have what we call the Grand Duke in the northeast, but directly opposite. The exact polar is looking at the Yearbreaker. So we want to stay away from the Yearbreaker energy. You can be in the Yearbreaker energy. You could be in the southwest. I just don't want you doing any type of renovations, knocking on the wall, even hanging a piece of artwork. That would actually activate the Yearbreaker, and the Yearbreaker can just bring catastrophic results. So it's very important that you start with an accurate floor plan when you're using classical feng shui, which is very precise, even down to the degrees of finding the the most vibrant area of a space. And that really is the one of the top, I'm going to say, insider secrets, keys, whatever word you want to put on that. That is one of the number one things that you can do. Get into the vibrant energies and avoid the challenging ones. When you are in the challenging energies, you are going to attract challenges. If you are in more of the flow, you're going to get much more vibrancy. You're gonna feel even more vibrant by being in those vibrant energies. So that's really where you want to be. Now, like even going outside on a windy day, or a snowy day, or a rainy day, depending on where you're living. If you can seek shelter in an area that you're not being bombarded by the weather, that's going to be more comfortable for your body. You're also going to probably stay warmer and more comfortable, and you'll have more energy instead of fighting off the elements, right? So, as a matter of fact, I went out to a restaurant the other day, and that's what just came to my mind right now. It was kind of drizzling. We hadn't gotten our big rain here in California. I don't know if you've heard about that, but we had finally some really nice rains. Not enough to consider us out of drought, but I was at this restaurant, and I was kind of in a corridor of this wind. It was kind of like a wind tunnel. And I said to my friend, I was like, hey, let's move over here to get out of that uncomfortableness. This is the same idea. It's kind of, think about, there's a rain cloud, and it's kind of, crashing down, thunder and lightning and maybe snow and rain. It's not comfortable. Yes, you can be in that area, but why when you have better options? So a lot of people will tell me, Kathleen, I can't because, and a lot of times the because is because I have a built-in furniture in the where my desk is located, so it can't be moved. Well, you know what? With these puppies anymore, you can actually move. So it really is something that you could consider, taking a tablet, a laptop, and moving and getting into those more vibrant areas. Number one. All right. So what is dragon virtue? Dragon virtue is, if you've had problems, and we've got a plethora of them, all over the place. Just watch the news, or even looking, hearing in your own family dynamics, your office work, whether you're employed or you have a home-based business. There's probably a little bit more commotion, unless you live by yourself, then maybe it's okay. But if you've got other people surrounding you, you have to adapt a little, right? So getting into those more green zones is going to be much more beneficial to you. Then we've got the fortune virtue that is located in the northwest sector. That the northwest sector, is, the dog and the ox don't exactly get along, but there is fortune to be had. So yes, there is what's considered a harm with the ox, but let's look at it at what positive can we get out of it. So putting your body over there would be a good place to do as well. Now let's go over to the northeast, where we've got the Grand Duke. Again, you can be in that area, but it is not that great as far as renovations. No renovations. Actually, from this point, if you can see my little hand cursor, I'm not sure if you can through eCam or not, but basically from the northwest one, where we see the ox direction, it says Grand Duke, all the way to the snake direction, which is up in the southeast sector. No renovations in these areas. Now you can be in these areas, and they've got some great energies along the way, with the exception of a few. Now one of them is the ox. We don't want to be in the ox. One of my favorite directions for the annual dial of 2021 is actually the northeast. You would have had to have placed your furniture and your artwork and all of that at the beginning of the year, because moving big pieces of furniture is actually activating the space. When you use the space, you are activating it. When you keep it quiet, which is what we advise in these more challenging areas, it means that you move out of that room for the year, or out of that area for the year, and then you you just let it be. It doesn't like to be disturbed. So let it take its little nap or whatever you want to call it, but don't wake it up. Waking it up is making the space yang again. That's what a feng shui activation really is all about. But I do very, very much love the northeast 3 or the tiger direction. So that has the sun that's located there, and the sun actually helps again relieve obstacles, brings opportunities, gives you visibility. So it really is a very good area. So on the flying star dial, which I'm not going to talk about today, we have a very nice energetics over there, and it's very good for relationships and things like that. So, and academics. So it's good, but we just, again, because of the 3 killings, which always covers 3 animals in the zodiac, and they're always sequential. So this is where the tiger, the rabbit, and the dragon are not good. But truthfully, I actually have my office between the northeast and the east, so it actually works out that I can tap into both. If you have more of an open floor plan concept, then you can really tap into it. Just move your desk over a little bit to one area or the other, right? So that's how you would be using these energies. Now, the one that I'm going to almost eliminate, I'm going to tell you what it's good for. But I wouldn't spend too much time in the southeast. Now, if you're there, you're going to have some challenges this year, but hopefully you haven't done any activations or renovations in the area since February 3rd of 2021, because that could have created some catastrophic results. But the dragon, which is the southeast one, very good for research, very good for making money behind the scenes. You can still tap into that energy, but you just don't really want to be in here. Why? Because we have what's called the 5 yellow, and we also have the end of the 3 killings there. So we really have sort of over this dragon energy. It literally takes it down to not really usable. Okay, so the southeast is one of the areas that I am saying stay away from. So what if you just have one room? What I would do is I would take this compass dial and then just superimpose it over just the room area versus the entire building, and then just try to set yourself up within these little pie shells if you can. But the areas from Flying Star, even though I'm not going to show this dial today, love the south, love the center, love the west, and I actually like the east and the north, and the northeast and the east as well. Those are very nice areas in 2021. So we really want to use these energies as much as we can while the energy is there, providing us the opportunities to tap into what those areas will signify. And here's the deal. We're at the last few months of the year, and then this dial is going to shift. Not everything is going to shift, like 1 degree over, one animal over. Some of it is going to be changed up a little bit. So we can't really go, oh, all right, I already know what's going to happen. What I can tell you is this particular dial kind of shifts one animal, but we'll be talking about that very soon. Okay, so now I'm going to show you this over a floor plan so you can see really what I mean by this. And one of the first things you need to do is get an accurate floor plan. So ask your property manager. It could be in closing docs if you own the property, or if you don't have either of those, then you're going to have it professionally designed. The more accurate your floor plan, the more accurate you're going to be with this information. All right, so this is a floor plan that we're going to be using today, and the reason I'm showing you this is we have what's called some missing areas here. So first of all, you're going to want to square off your floor plan, and what we do right here, we just exit off, find that center point, and then stand at that point, and then just take the direction. What I like to do is look at the front of the house, condo, business that I'm going to be using. Wherever the street is at, that's where I look. But we're not so concerned with the facing and sitting direction. That's more long-term feng shui. And here's what we're going to be looking at. Okay, so you're going to be, standing in that middle point. Just use your smartphone to stand there, and then go ahead and take that. You can just pull up a simple compass dial. All right, now we're going to look at it superimposed over the floor plan. Oops, as you can see, we've got some of this missing. So I'm going to talk about it right here, and then I'm going to show you why it's so important to really look at this as a opportunity to, the next time you move somewhere, it's very important that you have what's called 4-point gold. All right, let's look at what I would prefer as far as a floor plan is concerned, but using this floor plan. All right, this is what we call a 4-point gold. So basically, you want to have a square or rectangular, at the very least. Rectangulars can get you in a little bit of trouble as well, but we love to see 4-point gold. Why do we want to see 4-point gold? 4-point gold means you have a complete square, no missing areas, because as you can see on this one, when we superimpose that dial, oops, where did everything go? It's missing. So we can't use the feng shui that is there. Now, sometimes you're going to go, well, it was just negative energy anyway. Well, yes and no, because what we're talking about in this series is the short-term feng shui, not the long-term, and you want to use both. You want to do both long-term and the annual energy. So there's some problems that this person should be aware of, which I will get into in just a second. All right, so let's look at what is even available. And again, I'm going to look at the other one just to point out that, we do have some things missing, and then we'll come back to this one, and I'll explain why long-term it would be better, just as a tip to you, okay? All right, so let's look at what we have, and I'm going to just open it up just a little bit more. So what we have is, it looks like a little bit of the south and the entire southwest and a little bit of the west missing. So again, this year we had some energies that were, basically, not so positive. Oops, I didn't really want to get rid of that. Oh, well, we're going to have to go over here now. So we're going to have to go back over here. Let's go to this one. All right. So we're just going to have to look at this one for now. So what she's missing, or they are missing, is, like I said, a little bit of, not so much actually the south, but mostly the southwest and the west. So what can a person do when they have these missing? They can use this particular area here that would, and this can extend out to your property line. So keep that in mind, especially when it comes to not doing the renovations in areas you're not supposed to be doing them. So these extend out to your property line, which is where the feng shui always starts, is outside of your space, because that's number one. Go outside, walk around your building if you can walk around it. If you're in an apartment complex, then you really can't walk around your own unit, but you can walk around, look on Google Earth, that's another, or Google Map, you put in the satellite view, so you can see actually the property, and those will start giving you some good indications. But you don't want to see things like pylons, you don't want to see light posts or high tension wires. You don't want that visible from your important areas of your home, but especially your front door, because that's the receptor, that's where the energy will come in. So you do need to watch about what is on the exterior of your space. And if things are going well in your life, well, then that's great. But if you're having some problems, you can start diagnosing what might the problems be. And the problems might be that the energy that is coming from the exterior is being hampered by some of these negative impacts. So, if there's a lot of, clutter and places that are in ill repair, that is actually something that can harm you as well. Okay, so we like this green area, but you know what? In this floor plan, because of all the things that are going on, and I get that you can't see everything that's going on here. Hopefully, you're watching on a desktop or at least a laptop. But there's a bathroom here, so there's really not much that they can do as far as setting it up as an office. That's like crazy. Where are you going to set it up in the bathtub? That doesn't even make sense. But this little swath right here, that is a green zone in what I understand is an office. So it would be a good idea to at least have a chair that is there that you could, take breaks, actually do maybe some emails or something like that, again, with a small laptop or something like that. Now, this is, I'm going to give you a little bit of suggestions as well. This is right in the path. If you can see this door right here, it's right in this path of where this might be. So you might want to keep that door closed if you are going to be working in this office, because this can be disruptive. Anytime somebody walks by, you're going to be like, what? So that can be a repetitive injury kind of thing, depending on how much movement you have in your space. But you want to kind of contain that energy that that we're able to have. So that would be suggestion number one. And then number two, it looks like their master suite is over this particular bedroom. So we are going to start seeing potential problems in health, relationship, finances because of where this is located. So there really isn't a lot of options as far as the bedrooms here. So this is where a metal cure and things like that would be advisable to be putting in there to drain that negative energy. But we have this area missing. So what are they actually missing? Well, they're missing the Yearbreaker. Great. Is out of the floor plan. But they're missing the dragon virtue, which is any obstacles that may come along. So if any of these areas get accidentally triggered, and I'm talking about the negative energies that gets accidentally triggered, this is first aid kit number one. Go to the dragon virtue. So when it's there, you actually have better opportunities to resolving those with the intention of you want them resolved. You can have that accomplished by triggering the monkey direction. Now, there is a little piece there, but it's so little it is not going to affect. Now, if this area is part of the property line, at least they could do some sort of activation from the exterior. But it's better if we have the 4-point gold, is what I was saying. So what I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to go through all of the directions. This is just a short little video. But what does the Southwest represent? And this is now getting into a little just of the long-term feng shui. So what we have located in every Southwest building, or floor plan, if you will, it represents female head of household or female CEO. So this would be the top person. So this person, the longer they live in this particular space, that is going to be compromised, as well as this person may not have such an affinity to the space. Why? Because it's not there. So may lose the power, may lose the voice. So there's not a lot of equanimity in this particular space. But I am going to tell you about the Northwest, just as its counterpart, where this is, and by the way, it's also your tummy, intestinal, that digestive system, that would also get knocked here. With not it being in there, it's going to be hard to also resolve a health problem, because a digestive health problem, because of that. Now, if it is in the Northwest sector, if it was missing on this plan, it is not. This actually is for head of household male or top male CEO. So this is where, the male does have a little bit more power in this house, because it's not, we have one area that is completely missing, like completely missing. So we want to, kind of try to see for the next time that these people would be moving, it would be a great idea for them to consider a 4-point gold space to live in. But the other thing that is not so great about the Northwest missing is it also affects the brain. Because remember, head of household, right? So so the mother head of household is more about nurturing, so you can kind of make that analogy as well. So every single sector has these types of significances. If it's missing, it's more than, oh, I'm missing out on the annual. You may be missing out more than you think. And there's going to be an accumulative effect over year after year, the longer you live in a space that is not supporting you, that could also have an impact. Now, here's one other thing that I'm going to point out to you. If this person, or in your floor plan where you have missing areas, I want you to look at your natal chart. If you have the animals that are missing from your floor plan, and I'm going to show you what the two of them are here. So if this person has a goat in their chart, they have no affinity to this space because it's not there. You can't unless they architecturally fill out the space, which it's one of these types of communities where they all kind of look very similar. So they're not going to get the homeowners to say, oh yeah, sure, you can fill that in. So it's not that easy to find a great space, but it's worth the time for you to find the space. All right, and then the other one is the monkey. This person doesn't have the capacity. If they have a monkey in their chart, there's no affinity there. And then just, it looks like 3/4 of the rooster. So there's 3 animals. If those 3 animals would be in your chart, that's going to be problematic for a number of reasons. So as you can see, we love the 4-point gold, and so hopefully that will help you tremendously on starting to think about how important the feng shui is of your space. The feng shui is there to help you achieve your goals. Feng shui, when it was originally designed, it was for power and money. And so when we can go back to that essence, and you think, well, I don't want to be one of those, power hungry people, and money is bad. You know what? Being empowered is a very good quality to have. And your self-worth is about power. And money, you know what? Make as much money as you can. And if you don't want it, there are so many charities, causes that you can give it away. So money will help make your life easier, and it can help a lot of people. So think of it that way versus money is evil, if you might have that mindset, because there are a few people that do. That, oh, it's not all about money. No, it's not all about money, but money can make your life a lot easier, and it can help a lot of other people too. So don't be greedy with it once you get it. If that is your original idea that money is bad, trigger this space to make money so that you can pass it on to other people. Okay. All right. So I'm going to close it up. We just had this class live yesterday, but I'm going to be offering it as a replay for the next, week or so. It is about a very special and unique timing that we're going through right now, and it is absolutely 100% available for you to release and let go of past traumas and obstacles and things like that. Truthfully, I'm going to be very honest with you. You may end up missing today's date which is actually right after midnight tonight. So that would be the 27th, early morning 27th, right after midnight. And even though you may miss one of this first one, it's still very, very valuable, because there's 4 other dates that's going to run into the beginning of December. And why are we doing this is because of this unique conjuncture of energy that is helping us to release the last 12 years of our lives, so that we can prepare ourselves for a very, very exciting year of the water tiger. And there's a special conjuncture that is happening that we will not see again for 180 years. So you don't want to miss this one. If you are struggling right now, this is a perfect thing for you to do, so you can start being aware of it, address it, and release it. So hopefully it's something that we can help you with, and you go to bit.ly/unlock12. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow for the TimeBlazr. We'll be planning out a little bit of the week, so hope to see you there. And have an amazing rest of the day. And until we see each other again, may good chi follow wherever you may go. Bye-bye.